Welcome to Empower Hour again. Every Thursday we are here, and today we have these special guests, the guys from the 950 Lounge Show. Welcome.
Thank you for having us.
So tell us how you guys came together and like how did you guys meet and come together?
I'll let him start.
You gotta always let the person keep going.
Yeah.
First of all,
Like I said, I'll let him start.
First of all, my name is Kevin Pryor, aka 950 Kev, aka LeBron James, the Riddle Game, aka so many names, so little time.
I ain't got enough
But
hands.
the show started many moons ago, right? I was in advertising. I'm an advertising consultant by trade. I did a lot of different things. And my brother obviously is a comic. On certain days, the comic trying to be a comic.
So he's your blood brother?
He's my brother.
Oh, wow.
Same mommy and daddy.
Yeah.
Okay.
He's older, but people.
But he was makeup sex
Oh,
child,
okay,
you know
got
what I'm
it,
saying?
yeah.
Yeah, you got
I
it.
can see that. No,
You can see how it is. No love.
Save the best for last, though. I'm with you, though. Save the best to last. I'm the last one. I'm the last
We
one.
close the show. That's what's up. So obviously, he asked me, hey, can you help me out? And in my family, being the youngest, I'm the one that has to carry the torch for everyone.
Right.
So I was like, hey, why don't you get a show? Now, at this time, podcast was not the thing yet. There was circuits like, what was that? Blog Talk Radio and Live 365. So it really hadn't taken off yet. We're talking about like 2014.
Okay.
So I said, I'll help you. I did not want to be involved with this. I did radio. I was at the time working in radio. I did not.
He's
want to
lying.
do this. So I had to work with him, and they couldn't, you've been there, Damaris. You see how he is. You can't control this guy.
Wait a minute. Don't sit up here.
Let me finish the story.
You putting a seatbelt on me, man?
Yeah,
Wait a minute.
Seinfeld. So, I was talking to a former client of mine who works for Vivid, the adult business, and we were just chatting. And he was like, well, what are you doing? I said, well, I'm doing this show. Now, the show was horrible at the time. What you experienced was not what it was many years ago.
Okay.
And
I had a nice experience. They're super funny,
thank God
nice.
you didn't meet us 10 years ago.
Yeah.
But so I happened to mention, what we're doing this show, and I said, why did I even mention that? The show was horrible. I was about ready to walk out. He introduced us to an adult actress named Cara Reed. At the time, she was doing this Kardashian sex parody. So he said,
Okay.
I'll bring her on your show. So she comes on the show. She calls in, and we had this circuit. It wasn't like it is today.
Okay.
Circuits only have a certain amount of listeners.
Right.
We blew the circuit out in like 15 minutes.
Wow.
And I told my brother, you know what? I've been looking at this the wrong way. And he said, y'all been waiting for you to say that. And then we started to do this meteoric rise where we invested some money and we went and got a studio. Then we met Mike. Mike has been a brother, he was always like that guy that was, necessarily wasn't with the clique yet, but he was somebody that rocked with us and we built rapport. And then we just recently brought in Mike, even though he's kind of always been there. And there's a few other members, Backstage Ed, who's more the quiet guy, but he takes care of the cameras.
Yeah, she knows him.
Yeah.
Yeah, I called them
Very
out. I
well,
said, you're
very
too
well.
quiet. Why are you so
And
quiet?
he does his job well, and then we have the lovely Stephanie Pearl, who's we have a female on the cast.
Oh, okay,
When you
beautiful.
add all the personalities, and again, Mike's like my brother. We talk every day. This is my blood brother. The other two are like family as well. So it's a real organic experience.
Right.
And we have a good time with it.
So what's the context of like the show? Like, what do you?
I
What
call
kind
it
of?
radio gumbo because
Okay.
it's a little bit of everything. You'll get political conversation. We've had AOC. We've had people from the National Black Action Network. We've had Congressman Jamal Bowman. So we've had politicians. Then we can flip it as crib. We've had Heather Hunter on the show. We've had Michael Bivins on the show. We go different lanes, and again, you get what you want. And there's a little bit of ratchet,
Right.
Even when Damaris was there, we had a little ratchet that
Oh,
moment. But
We
it was
have-
fun,
I
fun
gotta
ratchet.
hear this.
We have-
one.
Are you calling me ratchet?
No, it's but very
Nothing,
sexy.
but we
Sexy
have a
and
good
ratchet.
time. Yeah, but we have a good time,
Classy,
and
boozy, classic.
like my brother said, we have a good time. But the thing is that we all know where our lane is at. You know,
Right,
like
right.
he's the lead. You know what I'm saying? That I have my lead. Mike
Yeah.
has his. So we all basically correspond in each
Yeah,
other.
you play
Nobody's
your
trying to
role,
outdo each
Right, you
other.
play your role, you know when to step in. And
Exactly,
when,
when
it's
to
your time
step out.
perform.
Mike's
Yeah,
the
yeah.
voice of God, Ashley. That's
Yeah, I heard he
He
has a
seems
sexy voice. Can I hear your
quiet.
voice
He
a
had
little
a
bit? Because
whole-
he's quiet right now. He took
wanna
over the
hear
other
some
guy's
more.
position.
Put her on blast,
Oh,
Mike.
man, should I
Take it over,
sit
Mike.
down?
Let me hear it.
Take
Let me
your
hear it,
over.
Mike.
It's over. Go ahead. Mike.
What's your question?
Oh wow, that's
Start
sexy,
there. What's your
man.
question?
I mean, we can go. I mean, so
You can ask
what
whatever
was
you like.
the spiciest episode that you guys have had?
You know what? I don't know that I'm necessarily the one to really take an angle on that. Like, you had originally asked, like, how do we all come together?
Yeah.
My formal education is radio and television broadcasting.
Okay.
So when I met them, the studio that they had transitioned to was a studio that I managed, right? I'd already been in podcasting since before we called it podcasting,
Right.
since 04 when you had
Well,
nothing.
wasn't even a
It
thing.
had
Yeah.
no name. The
Yeah.
iPod was just coming out,
Yeah.
which is where the name transitioned from. So when they came along, the studio that I was at, having a formal background in radio and television, having done television, having done commercial radio in upstate New York, it was like, well, listen, let me give you what I think you should do. My idea. So every week I talk to Kev, I'd be like, I saw this on your show, this on your show, this on your show, this on your show. I think you might want to think of this, think of this, think of this, think of this. And then as time progressed, it was just like now I'm the technical director,
Yeah.
so I'm sitting where Buddy is sitting. I'm moving controllers and recommending equipment, which is something I also do. So to put all of that together, when it comes to the episodes, I'm really like the fill in the blank guy. Like whatever spaces are left, an alternate opinion, that voice of reason that comes in. Maybe maybe emotions are running a little high. Maybe I quell it, but every so often, I get that moment where I truly get to flex and expound on something in a manner that takes most people 3-4 days to
give me
figure
an
out what I
example?
say.
Here we go.
Give me something.
Open up the box.
Periodically, we'll get into conversations about relationships, right? Hotbed topic. Every other podcast is about relationships, and everybody got 4 or 5 opinions. So I think one particular episode where someone was talking, and they really kind of went in one lane. And I was kind of like,
everybody on the podcast went in one lane.
yeah, everybody kind of
Swayed the same way.
everybody kind of had one way, and this one person kind of went in another.
Okay.
So my response to that was pretty much like, and the perspective from my opinion was very selfish.
Okay.
Very one-sided. So I merely just posed this. In a relationship, this is what your options are when you barrel it down to brass tacks. You can get everything you want from the person you're interacting with,
Okay.
or you can accept everything they're willing to give you. You have to determine.
See?
You have to.
She wanted this. She wanted this.
Okay.
She needed that.
You have to determine what's more important
your
to
taxes.
you, right?
Hold on. I'm going to church right now. Let me finish this real quick.
Right. So you have to determine as an individual
Okay.
what it is that you truly want. See, when someone is willing to give you all that they have, that is the equivalent of me saying, I have one sandwich. I don't know the next time I'm going to eat, but I don't want you hungry. Now, if all you want is more than all that person has to give, then you really need to take a look at where you as an individual are at.
But sometimes you got to push them.
That is true, but that's not necessarily that
How much
perspective.
they have to give.
Right, but at the same
Or what
time,
they're willing to give.
at the same time, listen, if you're cold and we out in the rain and I'm broke and I don't want you wet and I'm willing to take off, I was the silly cat that
Yeah.
wore suede in the rain,
Okay.
so I'm willing to take off this suede jacket just so that you don't get wet, but that's the only jacket
Yeah.
that I have. But that's not good enough for you because you want a Louis Vuitton umbrella, then we really need to look at
That
where we're at.
shows
Don't give her all
So-
the
so-
keys, man. You know what I'm
So
saying?
I want to know something about him because he looks like the little player of the group over here. This-
Wait a minute.
And
Let me
that's
put,
a
let me
little 'cause
put
you're
the mic in
shortest.
front of me. I'm gonna put the mic in front of me because I need you to
please
hear
tell me.
everything.
You look like the player of the group.
It's not about being
You
a
got
player.
that flow and
it's
all
not
that.
but it's not about being. It's about being confident.
Yeah.
Anytime you step in a room, you don't need to be the loudest person,
No, you
but if you
don't.
have confidence, people see it. You know what I'm saying? Confidence, it's like cologne.
I
You
don't
can
know.
smell it.
I agree, but at the same time, I like the guys that are like like they're cool. But
She
they're
like
in
talking
the
with her
cut.
hands, you know what I'm saying? I like that.
No.
She's like,
I like a guy with confidence because that
confident.
keeps
And
him
you like
like
this-
cocky, and at the same
But-
time, like I don't like a guy that's too like.
It's a fine line.
What, aggressive?
I like a guy that's confident with himself to know that you respect your body enough and that you can walk in a room and that you know that your energy, you can pick up anybody you want there. But there's some guys that they're like fresh where it's not cute.
Now-
And they
Too
try to
loud.
get with
They're too
everything
loud.
or too
It's
loud.
over the top.
Yeah.
Like you are respectful, but
I'm
you're also
subtle.
funny.
Yeah.
And at the same time, you know you look good. So
Yeah.
that's a good
I'm-
thing.
I'm
But
saying-
my
Yeah.
cup of tea is always the guy that's cool, that's in the cut, that's just chilling. That you know what I'm saying? He seems
A positive
exclusive.
person
Yeah.
does not have to have to speak loud.
Yeah.
A positive person, his like Prince, his aura. I seen his aura. When you're around positive people, positive things will happen. When you're around negative people, what's going to
It's a
happen?
fine line
Negative
between
things happen.
cocky and confident.
True.
Yeah.
And
Yes.
if you don't straddle that line perfectly, you fall into one of those areas.
Right.
Again, a confident person, somebody's like, you know what? I know what I bring to the table.
Right.
I am the table.
Yeah.
But I don't have to tell you that because maybe you don't even know about
You should
my
already
table.
see it though.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
His
Well, I
tables,
like to smell it. I know
his
when
tables fold up.
I
You know
smell
what I'm
it.
saying?
Wow, you smell good.
I do this every day, actually.
I like to smell
This is
it.
just me when I wake
This
up.
is just natural. Yo,
Very in juices.
It's all about juice and berries.
Some pineapples. No, that's amazing.
So besides that, you guys do other things because I know out of the podcast you have your regular life, your
Right.
regular jobs.
Right.
Tell us a little bit about what you guys do individually as far as your work and how does that come out for you guys, and if you like it, if you don't,
Well,
or you
I
just do it to
spent-
do it because
I
sometimes
spent-
people work to do it.
Well, I spent 20 years in advertising, so I've done everything from done ads for the NFL, Subway, sandwiches, Sony, and even a couple of political people that will remain nameless on this show. Then obviously when COVID hit, I did a pivot, went into more HR compliance management. We also have as well a radio network that we partner with, Backstage Radio, and we get you on in here.
Yes.
Along with that, we have Nine Bridge and a couple other things that now are helping programs like yours cultivate and grow. So the 950 Lounge Show is an autopilot. It was but for many years we were trying to just try to get picked up, Then we realized the industry was changing so much, we had to do that. We just
Yeah.
put our own lane, create our own money,
Yeah.
and keep our own voice. And that's what we're doing. So now we're helping the next wave of programmers, shows like yours that have it and getting started and still
Yeah.
got that Similac on your breath, but you're excited about it to help you grow.
That's
Let me
beautiful.
ask you ladies, any of y'all can answer. How did y'all meet and how did y'all just create doing this show? Any of y'all can answer.
I mean, you want to start? I could.
I mean, we met a while ago and we've been friends. And she helped me in a situation with my son. He was being a little badass, straight to the point.
Okay.
And she worked for the city. And she worked for the city department of police. And I needed help with him. And she helped me put him in a program where they kind of forgave him for what he did. But she also helped me place him in an academy so he could finish high school. I had to send him away with all the pain in my heart, but I knew that that was best for him.
Right.
So I am forever grateful for her because I don't have to see her every day and talk to her to understand that she was there for me in that place
Basically,
in my
y'all
life.
became sisters.
We became
Yeah.
sisters.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
they're
then
from the same town.
we're from the same town.
Yeah.
We're women empowerment, and she has 5 kids. We have so much in common. And then she invited me to her podcast. She had a podcast with someone else, and I was pleasure to go there. I wasn't into the podcast field, and I was like, wow, I liked it, but I was always like camera shy. And then people kept pushing me because I'm in the music industry. So Drewski and everybody, shout out to them, were like, you should do your podcast. You should do a podcast, and we'll provide the space and the production. Thanks to Ja, my headache. He's the production He's my production team, and he has really helped me evolve in this and just helping me. So I needed a co-host, and I was like, what better than her?
Who else keep
Yeah.
on calling?
Oh, okay.
And I remember because I did my first podcast with her, so I had to go back to her, and I'm like, hey, what do you think about this? And she's like, let me think about it, because she's very busy. So, being a realtor,
Well,
they're
both of
always
y'all
on the
are
move.
busy, you know.
But me being an entrepreneur, like I have a little bit more flexibility to say, like, I'm my own
Okay,
boss.
right.
Yeah.
As far as her, she's working with a company, and most realtors work with a company. It's not like they
Yeah.
work by themselves.
Yeah.
So she has to show face and be around. But she made time, and we have made it work. And the day she can come on, I mean, I respect it. But at the end of the day, I never want to lose her, and I love her.
Well, one thing
She's
I can
family.
say,
You become family because
Yeah,
you
true.
guys see each other all the time.
And that's how we are at 950 Lounge. I mean, like I said,
Yeah.
we are family. Even though we are actually family.
Yeah.
But Mike, Ed, Stephanie, even we used to have another guy used to be with the show, Justin. We are all considered
was about
family.
this, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We are
Yeah.
all considered family, and nothing
Yeah.
is outside the realm.
Yeah.
You know, we all support each other.
Yeah.
And that's the greatest thing. It's
Yeah.
not just the show,
Yeah.
but we all support each other.
Yeah. I think where we come from, I feel like everybody pretty much is like we help each other out. Like we know, even if we're not seeing them or talking to them all the time, I feel like it's very much a community base. So
Right.
we're
Yeah.
like, okay, where can I help you? Sure,
We're
I got
losing that
this, I got
today in
that.
this world. We're
Yeah,
losing that.
yeah.
Well,
And
from
our
our time,
is
our town is small, but
it's
from
small.
our time growing up, we're around
Yeah.
the same age, that type of people, we always stick together, even
Yeah.
though we don't. But
Yeah.
the new generation is very different.
Yeah.
It's very different.
Yeah.
There's
They're
not much
very
loyalty left.
introverts.
Yeah.
And that's something
They
that
don't
we are
get out. They
losing.
don't play. They stay in front of a computer.
And the phones, the
Yeah.
phones, the phones,
Yeah,
yes.
yeah.
And there's a lot of obese.
Diabetes at 14. It's crazy.
It is. But I think everything worked out in like divine timing because I was on another show at the time and I loved the show. It was great, and I'm a person that is very loyalty based. If I start with you, I'm sticking with you till the end. People in every realm, even in business now, people are like, you can go make more. No.
You have that look about
I
yourself.
am very like loyalty based, right? So I was just like, dang, I don't want
That,
to.
now, are you loyal straight down the line? You a loyal
Straight
person?
Yeah, she is. That's our problem.
Now your co-host said that's your problem. Maybe you were too loyal.
Yeah.
Like you won't even cheat on the cereal you eat in the morning. So.
Yo. I don't even want to get into it, but I've been loyal to the wrong ass people in the wrong situations.
Well, you know what? Life's always about a pivot.
Yeah.
So you just sing your pivot.
Yeah.
Like you master your pivot too.
Yeah.
Yeah, I see my fair
A lot
shit.
of pivots.
And we were both going through situations as far as like the divorce and all that stuff. So it's a lot. It's very overwhelming. So I look forward to coming here every Thursday.
Yeah.
It's part of me. It's part of my schedule. It's
Yeah.
therapy. I have fun. I get to meet new people. We interact. I hear stories. They hear mine. And at the end of the day, we make it work.
It's safe to say that y'all, the reason why y'all coincide with each other, because y'all transparent. Y'all
Right.
don't put on a front for
Yeah,
the camera.
never.
No.
Y'all actually let your viewers come into your personal lives.
Yeah.
Yes.
And that's a lot of times people will see the realness, because you could see phoniness. It's so much
You can see
phony
it
on
from
it,
a mile away. Absolutely.
basically on TV and stuff like that. But y'all are very transparent because, like I said, sometimes y'all may come on the top, they talk about a topic, and it may have
Yeah.
your feelings touched because
Yeah.
of what's going on in your personal
I have
life.
cried
And
on
we're
here a
very
couple times.
vulnerable. Yeah. Yeah,
I
we're
cry
very
all the time.
vulnerable. Yeah,
Yeah.
so we really do get deep into certain things. But yeah, and I think also like for us, a lot of times people have preconceived notions of who we are, just based on appearance.
Give us an example. Give me an example.
They might think we're
Appearance.
conceited
people
or
look at
we
my
think.
Instagram, or they won't see me talk or express myself or be in a room, or they'll see me too quiet, right? Because I'm very I like to sit back and be observant.
Yeah.
Like I don't think that I
You
just
ain't
want
gotta
to
be
dialogue
loud.
with
You ain't
everybody.
gotta be loud in the room.
I
Right.
don't. But when I rock with you, I rock with you, right? So I'll go to a work event. I'm a real estate agent. I'll go to a work event. I'll be in my corner and I'll be just observing and I'll listen to what I have to say.
You got Mike intrigued, you know what I'm saying? When he puts his mouth there, he's
Mike's
intrigued
twin,
in what
yeah.
she's
He's
saying.
looking, he's observing.
And I'll be there and people look at me like, oh, she's so stuck up, so conceited. And everybody tells me, Liv, when I first saw you, I thought you were this. I thought you were that. I thought you were that. And now that I'm speaking to you, I'm like, yo, you're like a
Isn't
sweetheart.
that sad?
It is. I don't
And it's
know why
also based on
people
like
judge
figure and look and da da da, you know,
But
and
you know what
it's just
I learned
sad.
in my journeys that's their issue. I used to, for a long time as a younger man.
I stopped caring.
Right. Well, I didn't stop caring. I just pivoted.
I just don't care about the negative. I care about the positive. So the negative, I put it aside because when you let it get to you, it could destroy you. And it does it to people on a daily basis. I do not.
People try to fit in the square pegs in round holes.
They're
Right? It don't
always
work.
talking the negative, but they don't see the positive in you. And I'm a positive person, very genuine and giving. And if you don't know me and you want to judge me, then that's on you. But I know who I am and what I stand for. And I'm here to deliver. And what I want to deliver is good
Yeah,
to people and
for
to
sure.
others.
Yeah, and like you said, transparency. I think that's key. I mean, sometimes we don't get to express ourselves the way we want. So we have a lot of life experience between both of us.
Yeah, too
So
much.
this is like also, yeah, a little too much.
How do-
But it's
how do
good
you,
because it serves some person's pain is gonna be, I always say there's purpose in your pain. So let's go. Let's talk about it.
How does your kids, there's 10 kids between both of y'all.
Yep.
How do your kids feel about you doing the show and, maybe exposing things that, family, like you're very transparent about
I don't
your
think
son.
they understand the level where I'm at because I've always been a hard worker, hustler, mom, work. So they don't see the bigger vision because they're not into these things. So I might think I could say, I don't know if they think I'm crazy sometimes, like my family, they're Dominican. So they're not into these things. They're not into the music. So I've said this a couple times on the show how they just don't believe in it. But the more I grow, the more I could prove to them that, yeah, I believe in myself, and now you have to believe in me
As long
too.
as that mirror comes back
Yeah.
right, you're good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What
So I think for my younger ones, they're so little, but like I think for my younger ones, they're used to the spotlight a little bit just because
Yeah.
their dad was in the NFL and we were always in the, oh dear, off the show.
Oh, for sure. Okay, we'll do that.
Yeah,
I'm a football
yeah.
guy,
So he did that, and we were always between NFL, XFL, and all these other things,
We're
right?
always moving.
So we were always moving, camera.
It was
So
the-
they're
it was the
used to
normal,
that.
the
It was just
normal.
normal. And then back in the day, I was, celebrity bartender, and, I did my thing over 10, 12 years ago. So I feel like they saw so much of that it was like normal. So my little kids, my son was just telling me like 2 days ago, Mommy, you're so famous, whatever. And then I think my older kids, they kind of like try to say like downplay it, but then I see them bragging to their friends.
Yeah, I think that's what mine
Yeah.
do too. At
Yeah.
the end of the day, they don't say it to me like downplay it, but I see that they're like, I wonder what she's doing. Why
Yeah.
are you doing that? Like
Like-
why this?
Like
why
my
that?
friends think you're so cool and they follow you. And
Yeah, they're my kids' friends wish I was their
Yeah.
mom. That's
So
your
are y'all the
mom.
homes that the kids want to come to and see, oh, wow, look at Mr. Maris.
Yeah.
Look what she wearing today.
Yeah.
Because
That-
kids
that's-
are like that. I know,
Yeah.
I know, I
That's
had a
kids
friend
that
like
try
that.
to
Yeah.
holler at the mama.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
That's
so
all
my
about.
daughter loves for me to pick her up at school and she'll wait with me with a group of friends. She'll be like, I told you that's my mom. You
Yeah.
know, that sort of thing. So
My little ones don't want me going to their school. But I know that my son's friends, like when they come over, they call me mom too. Hey mom, they just want to hug me.
yeah.
Hug me.
wanna hug
Impress
you too.
impress.
All I want to say is when you go to parents-teacher conference, man, I know people are
They
watching.
never think
Yeah.
I'm the mom. They think I'm the sister.
Yeah.
Like all the other moms are older.
Yeah,
and
just
I'm
call
like,
me
what the
Mr.
hell's going
Goodball.
on?
Who is this mom? Who's this parent?
No, and
you sure
actually,
you're the
when I
mom?
go to school, they don't believe that I'm the mom. They're like,
Yeah.
oh, that's the mom. That's Miss Rodriguez.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
That's Miss Rodriguez.
You've been called to the principal.
That's a
office.
capital
Uh-huh.
R.
I think I've gotten a couple passes with my kids because of that.
I'm
You
sure
know.
you have. You can't just give them a 70.
No.
So
Like Forrest Gump.
Uh-huh.
Your mama care about your education, boy.
But then she she took the teacher in the next room and
Well, we took him home.
yeah.
No, so I mess with my daughter. I'm like, cause I'm single, and I mess with my daughter. I'm like, oh, your principal's kind of cute. I should talk to him. You might get some good grades next semester. She's like, no, stay away from my principal.
Hush, girl, hush your mouth.
Shout out to Clifton High School. No,
Yes. So, our show is about empowerment, and I always like to end it with a nice message. I need each of you guys to share a message with our fans of something you want to deliver to the kids, the community, adults, people going through
Just
something.
words of wisdom.
Words of wisdom. You over there with that nice voice.
Yeah.
You better start this.
Mike is the reason. Yeah. Even Jesus would listen to Mike.
What's the best advice you ever got?
Yeah, or Gabe. I want it to come from you.
From the heart.
Yeah.
All right, let me say this. I spent 21 plus years prior to delving in the media full time as a New York City paramedic. So that's the blackout, that's SARS, that's the towers dropping, that's gang initiations, that's the 20 plus year period. So in that period of time, I've had a chance to meet tons of people. I've had a chance to deliver babies and pronounce people dead in the same night. I've had an opportunity to see grown men cry and everything in between. So one particular day, I forgot where we were. It might have been, for those who know New York City, know Manhattan. I think I was at like 9th Avenue, 39th Street behind the Port Authority bus terminal. And I went to pick up somebody that was supposed to be unconscious, but it wasn't. It was one of our regular homeless guys. And went to go get him, and the cops are standing around, and onlookers are standing around, and he's laying there. So I leaned down. I was like, yo, Sydney, get up, man. He opened his eye. He was like, Mike, is that you? I said, yeah, Sydney, that's me, man. Where you been? So he stands up. Everybody's like, oh, my God, what did he give him? He said, Mike, man, let me give you a piece of advice. I said, all right, Sydney, whatever you wanna tell me. He said, you can't help everybody. Your purpose in life is to be the floating reminder on other people's roads of what direction they either should be, could be, or aren't going. And I sat and I mumbled over that and I thought about it. So one particular day, I'm in Costa Rica, and I'm watching the sunset because I'm someone who loves to travel, but I travel to places to watch sunsets, right? So nothing better to me than a Pacific Ocean-based sunset, right? For multitude of reasons. I'll sit there and cry tears like someone died. So I'm sitting there and I'm watching the sun go down, and it dawned on me, like, the purpose of your life, no matter how people look at you or what they think of you, is to be their reminder, and their disdain, their preference to go against you, or just their outright urban colloquialized hate, for those who are looking for an urban colloquial version of what I just said, hate, is based because they look at you and see who they could have been, where they should have been, what they should have been doing, and why they are where they are now, and they're angry. They're angry at themselves, but who've you ever seen slap themselves? It is not your responsibility to help everyone. It is your responsibility to be you. And in being you, the best version of you, you become the black light on their linty sweaters. So while the rest of that is my own conclusion, I don't get to none of this without what my old homeless guy who I used to pick up 3 days a week off the street told me. So that was the best advice I've ever been given. Next up.
What I would like to leave with your people that's listening and watching is that throughout the years, I have did a lot. Some things I'm proud of, some things I'm not proud of. But I always feel that whatever you do, it has something to do where you at right now. And a lot of younger guys, me, always, come up and like, yo, Roll, man, you know what I'm saying? You always it. And I look at that as I'm not always it, because we all have an upside, we all have a downside. I always say, when you're at your downside, what are you going to do to flip it upside down to be back on the flip side? And a lot of times I pray. Me and my brother, we come from a praying family. My sister's a pastor and everything, so it's not ordinary that when I'm have a down, when I'm not doing anything, I'll just go and talk to God and everything. But what I always would say to people is that even if things are not going in your way, going in your favor, whatever you're doing, because you're still here, you have an opportunity to change. And I think I'm the first line of people to say that. So keep striving. There's always going to be people that's always going to deny you, but every time that door closes, another one shall open.
I'm gonna make mine quick for the time of I know.
Okay, you got 2 minutes.
I'm a journalist, so I'm gonna keep it tight. My old football coach once told me, if you want to sail big ships, go where the water's deep. Now you take that any way you want to take it, but I took it as a situation where if I wanted to be great, I had to expose myself. I had to take chances, take risks. They say the shots you don't take, 100% the shots you don't take are the ones that you regret. So if you want to be great, whoever's going to watch this show and get some of the fun and laughs with these ladies, what have you, or just some of the serious stuff we talked about, believe in yourself. When you wake up in the morning, that mirror is at you. And before you can help anybody, like they tell you on the airplane, strap yourself up first before you strap, even if you got kids, and you got to strap yourself first. Yep. So you got to look in that mirror first. So if you want to be great at what you do, you can't lie to yourself. You can't cheat yourself. So as my old coach said, if you want to sail big ships, go where the water's deep. And I'll leave it there.
That was
Beautiful.
nice.
That's beautiful. That reminds me of something that I've been I heard it the other day, and I just kind of been reciting it to myself, and it's like, remember the cost of inaction. And that's just going to be your fuel right there.
Yeah.
What are the costs of not taking action, inspired action, whatever kind of action towards your future? What are you going to lose in the meantime? It's not time.
They say in the rap game, no future in front.
Right.
So don't front. Don't front on yourself.
Well, I'm grateful to have you guys today. I'm honored, actually. I had a really nice time with you guys.
And we're going to do it again on
And we're gonna,
non-pivotal.
yes, we're going to do it with you guys. And we definitely catch up with all the rest of the stuff.
Oh, no doubt.
And thank you for... Yeah, I'm
There's
almost
off-camera conversation.
Thank you for watching.
Off-camera
Empower
conversation.
Hour. Thank you for watching an Empower Hour. Till next time. Bye.
Bye.